If you watch YouTube, like you are now, you've probably seen an ad for a little product called G Fuel.
Go to this link on screen and use code AFFLIATE. Use the code PewDiePie.
CodeBra is going to get you 30% off.
But around here, Code Jake only works at RetroGameRepairShop.com. For now, hit me up, G Fuel. But you saw the title and thumbnail. You want to know if G Fuel will actually help you be a better gamer, or as G Fuel states, boost energy, focus endurance, and reaction time. Gamma Labs also says a concerning amount of times in their legal info to contact your doctor before using any of the products on our site. Is it safe for me to use this G Fuel shaker? But before we answer the big question, we gotta go over some things. Number 1, is Multiverses the best game to test this with? Absolutely not, but it's arguably the hottest game right now, and it's my current obsession, and making this video allowed me to write off the Big Boy Founders Edition. Number 2, yes, I know there are a lot of uncontrolled variables in this game. I tried to make as many things as I could the same throughout all of this. I always played as Shaggy. I always try to play around the same time of day on the same setup. I used the same perks except for a couple times when I didn't have any on accident. I always played 1v1s, and I always drank the same powdered mix of the PewDiePie flavor. I always drank it before I started playing, except for the first day where I streamed it. The things that were always random were who I played against, what character they played as, what map we were on, what perks they had, what their skill level was, because there was no ranked at the time of this recording, and whether or not they rematched. I'm only realizing now that I probably shouldn't have rematched anybody, because not everybody does. And if you don't rematch, you're a little bit. Number 3, I think. I did 3 separate days with G Fuel and 3 separate days without G Fuel. I tried to play about 8 to 10 matches a day, because even though G Fuel claims to last 4 to 6 hours, I really felt the peak start to die off about the hour-and-a-half mark. Number 4, I recorded all the stats that I could get: damage taken, damage received, KOs, deaths, who I played against, and obviously wins and losses. And lastly, 5. This is all gameplay from the preseason, so terrible hitboxes and broken moves are going to affect this study a little bit. I think that's all the relevant information you need, but if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Day 1, I streamed it all on Twitch. This is the only day I streamed and the only day I drank G Fuel while I warmed up, or the only day I warmed up in general. During my warm-up, I went 4-4, and not much happened other than me getting pissed off by Harley. I love just being hit 15 times before I can actually even dodge. And after my warm-up, I did a lot better. And that's This is a great time to mention another unfortunate flaw in the study. Because of the aforementioned preseason hitboxes being awful, a lot of people chose to play Finn. So there's a lot more data for Finn than there is for Raindog. This kinda hurts the study, but also kinda helps it in another way. However, I ended the post warm-up section of day 1 at 6-4. Day 2 is the first day without G Fuel. And from here on out, I did not stream, I did not warm up, and I drank all of my G Fuel before playing. I started off with only 1 perk on by accident, because the night before I was playing against my friend and they needed a handicap because I'm so good, so I took off all my perks so it was more fair. Hi Garrett. But it did not matter because I walked all over this Shaggy. And I started off so well, I thought I already knew my answer to the big question. Other than getting smacked around by a Batman, I really only lost due to my arrogance. And I ended my first no G Fuel day at 6-3. However, I was quickly and swiftly humbled on day 3, another no G Fuel day. Going 4-7, I faced a lot of characters I suck against, like Tom and Jerry, Harley Quinn, Velma, and Raindog. I only beat the characters I knew well, like Finn and Shaggy. The only other win I had that day was eked out against a Raindog that probably shouldn't have happened. Day 4 was without a doubt the best day yet. With G Fuel coursing through my veins, I went 7-1. In fact, I only died 5 times across the 8 matches. However, I didn't encounter any of the characters I normally struggle against. Why am I making such a big deal about this now? Because day 5, I struggled. Even with G Fuel, I only managed to go 4-6. Actually, that's 3-6. I'm not going to count the Finn that was AFK. I only played characters that I struggled against, minus a different Finn who nearly beat me. It was so frustrating. And since I was full of caffeine, the G Fuel made me go full Kyle. I didn't punch a hole in the wall, but I wrote notes about these people I can't show on the internet. Day 6 was my last day of the study. and it was a great one. I had some good games.
Who would decline? Come on.
And some bad games.
Oh, oops, I forgot to ready up.
And I managed to go 6-3 with no G Fuel. Not much to say about this day, so let's talk overall stats. And here we have the big old spreadsheet. With G Fuel, I went 16-11, and without G Fuel, I went 16-13. If you're gonna complain about the fact that I didn't play an even number of games across both, I don't know what to tell you. Do I look like a real scientist? I got a C in biology. The damage and the knockouts give us a much clearer image. If you compared the totals, that wouldn't be very fair because of the extra 2 games. However, with the over-under for damage and knockouts to deaths, we see a huge difference between G Fuel and no G Fuel. With G Fuel, I did 517 more damage than I took and had 12 more ring outs than deaths. As for no G Fuel, I actually took 164 more damage than I gave and only had 4 more knockouts than deaths. Yet somehow I still went positive. So to me, there's actually a clear winner with G Fuel. It actually helps you perform better than you would without it. But wait, there's more. I made a big deal earlier about how I tend to do a lot worse against certain characters. That's because I thought it was gonna discredit the G Fuel side of things, but it really didn't. I played more of the characters I suck against while drinking G Fuel, and I had more wins against those characters than I did while playing them without G Fuel. So G Fuel wins in literally every category. And while all of this looks great for G Fuel, I still don't think you should go out and buy a truckload of it. I think a lot of it comes down to the confidence boost of the marketing. A perfect analogy for this is Michael's secret sauce from Space Jam. No, Michael's secret stuff, not secret sauce. I don't think it's all sugar pill because it's not. There's no sugar in any G Fuel, but there's definitely a hint of placebo. And I don't think there's anyone doubting that G Fuel gives you energy. It's literally full of vitamins and caffeine. I'm amped up on G Fuel right now. It's Morbid time. But there are a lot of energy drinks and even other gamer branded drinks out there that do the same thing as G Fuel. So I think the real question is G Fuel the best option for gamers? I don't know. By the way, I don't normally do this kind of content, so I really only recommend subscribing if you like retro games and modding electronics. I've got a really cool N64 video coming next week that you won't want to miss. If you want to go above and beyond for some extra content like these beautiful folks here, you can hit that join button down below. I know that's not for everyone, but we can all listen to Britney. So like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys. This is some Austin Evans ASMR. I actually looked into applying to be an affiliate for this video, and before I even started the application, they had all of their content creation demands written out just to keep a coupon code. Not even for sponsors. Yeah, no thank you.